Oh shit, I forgot. What's up, everybody? Today we're gonna be restoring, what was my line again? Today we're gonna be restoring one of the most trash SB dunks I've ever worked on, the Cheech and Chongs. Happy 420, everybody. This is gonna be a fun project. I'm Cheech Almighty. We have a lot of work ahead of us, so let's get started. I don't know, man. What do you think? All jokes aside, I am going to show you guys how to bring these back to life. First things first, deconstruction. We're going to take out the laces, insole, soles, bottom boards, swooshes, and back tab. The glue on the shoe is super brittle, so the upper should break down fairly easy. I'm taking an X-Acto knife and cutting the thread between the upper and the sole. The reason I'm taking the swooshes off for this project is because they're on top of white canvas and will bleed during the cleaning. Only way to avoid that is to take them off and clean them separately. For the bottom boards, I'm taking them off for a deep clean. Plus, I need them off to sew the swooshes back on later. Shoes are fully deconstructed. The uppers on both of these shoes are disgusting. Inside and out, I'm gonna have to pull out all the tricks and tools to get these uppers back to looking clean, but I'm not even gonna get into that just yet. Let's move on to the donors first. I got these from eBay. These are the daunting Dunks. Pretty cool shoe. It's on the cheaper side. We just need the soles for this project, but you guys know me. I save everything for future projects for the boneyard. On this shoe, we have some really cool swooshes. It has like a raindrop effect on them with an iridescent tone. We got a blue swoosh on one side, white swoosh on the other, blue and white Nike tongue tags, a pretty cool daunting insole. All of that stuff I can use for future projects. Let's take everything apart. Careful using an X-Acto knife. For the stitching, I'm not worried about saving it. I'm gonna replace that later. First one shot like a missile. I don't know if you saw that. To remove the soles, I like to pour a little bit of acetone to break down the glue and let it sit for exactly 5 minutes. To finish the job, I'm gonna use a steamer to melt the glue for another 5 minutes. After that, the upper should come right off with minimal effort. Donor soles are good to go. Let's get back to the uppers. The only way to get these back to its original clean state is by using our Reshoevn8r Signature Shoe Cleaning Kit. It comes with everything you need: 3 brushes, solution, microfiber towel, shoe trees, and the laundry bag to put the shoes in the washing machine. We're not gonna be using shoe trees for this project because they're just gonna go straight through, and I'm not gonna be using the stiff bristle brush because there's no soles to clean up. Really, I'm just gonna be using the soft bristle brush and medium bristle brush to get the uppers and insides as clean as possible before we put them in the washing machine. We also gotta get the insoles, the bottom boards, and the swooshes as clean as possible as well. First things first, let's go to the compressor next door to blow off all the surface dust and debris. If you guys don't have a compressor, you can always use a brush to get the surface dirt off. This step is very important before cleaning because a lot of the dirt can be trapped inside the materials or debris on the inside. Getting all that stuff off can make the cleaning a lot easier. Alright, let's get going on the cleaning. First things first, let's squirt 2 squirts of the solution inside our bowl of water and start with the soft bristle brush. Uppers are good to go. Now let's use a medium bristle brush on these disgusting insoles. To the washing machine. Got the uppers, insoles, and bottom boards inside the washing machine. I'm hoping for some great results. In the meantime, we gotta work on the swooshes and back tabs. I didn't want to clean these with the uppers because these have red dye. I also got a fresh clean mat, fresh water and a solution. Let's clean these up. A couple of these swooshes are worse than others, but as you can see, they are bleeding everywhere. I'm not too worried because I'm gonna re-dye these later. Now I'm gonna make sure they're fully rinsed out so they can dry and I can get back to the uppers. Alright guys, we got the shoe out of the washing machine. They're fully dried, ready to go. There's already a big night and day difference going on with the white canvas. Originally on the white canvas specifically, there was a lot of trapped in grime and dirt from over the years. I usually spend about 30 minutes during the pre-treatment process scrubbing the shoe. In this case, I spent over an hour just going back and forth, just trying to loosen up that grime and dirt trapped inside the white canvas. The washing machine worked wonders. It completed the job by pushing all that trapped in grime and dirt inside the materials, inside and outside. All that's left to do is to put the shoe inside the Vick 2000. Overall, the canvas is as clean as we're gonna get it. Again, the shoe is pretty beat, but the Vick 2000 also works miracles. We're gonna put them inside for a good 24 hours. Hopefully we could get it a shade whiter. While the shoes are in the Vick 2000, let's work on the swooshes. These are looking a lot cleaner after that cleaning. These are dried, ready to go. As is, the material is pretty stiff. We're gonna be using the medium bristle brush to go back and forth to get it back to its original soft texture. Once we're done with that, I already know the swooshes are gonna be pretty faded. To put the color back on the suede, I'm gonna be using Jacquard Dynaflow Brilliant Red through the airbrush, and then I'll brush it in. Brushing the suede before I dye is important so I can dye all the fibers. To avoid getting my table dirty, let's tape these onto a piece of cardboard. The dye alone is pretty vibrant, so I'm gonna spray some nice even coats up and down. Just don't cake on the dye. Now that I'm done with this step, I'm gonna make sure to brush it in to make sure it's all fully solid. After that, I'm gonna go outside and use some Reshoevn8r water and stain repellent to lock in the dye. This step is important because they are gonna go back on white canvas. Onto the outsoles. Getting the uppers off was pretty easy, but it did leave behind a bunch of old glue all over the rubber outsole. To get it off, we're gonna be using a Dremel with a metal drill bit. I'm gonna let the Dremel do all the work. I don't want to press too hard into the rubber because that will eliminate the texture and mess with the bonding during the re-glue. To finish prepping the sole, I'm gonna use some acetone and cotton balls to wipe off the remaining glue. While we got the acetone out, I went ahead and put the shoes out of the Vick 2000. It's only been a few hours, so I can't tell much of a difference, but I want to get this step out of the way. There's a bunch of glue on the bottom portion of the material. This is the part where it's going to be bonded to the brand new outsole. We got to remove all that old glue before applying new glue. So for this, I'm going to be using some acetone and cotton balls. Got the majority of the glue off the uppers, except for this front part. As you can see, this front part is pretty shredded. This bottom piece doesn't need to be there. It's kind of in the way. I'm gonna remove it for a couple different reasons. For one, I don't like it, and two, that's the layer with the glue. So we're gonna take it off so it's a clean bond with the sole. For this, I'm gonna be using a sharp blade to remove the stitching. So far so good, we got all the old glue off. Before we put the shoes back inside the indoor setup, I'm gonna use a lint shaver to remove all the old lint on the inside of the shoes, specifically on the liner and the tongues. On the outside, I'll be using some small scissors to remove all the loose threads. Then with the lighter, I'll finish it off to burn all the frayed areas. Back to the Vick 2000. We're back to the soles. As is, this donor is way too brand new looking. The sole is way too white. The soles are way too icy. The uppers have a slight aged look to it. They're also really worn down. It wouldn't make sense to put a brand new sole on there. So what I'm gonna do is eliminate that bright white with some coffee. I don't wanna give it a harsh yellow tint. All I wanna do is eliminate that bright white. Once the coffee's ready to go, I'm gonna dump the coffee on top of these soles. At the max, I'm gonna let these soles sit inside for about 2 minutes and pull them out right away. Now, if I would have put the soles inside the coffee for a lot longer than just 2 minutes, this blue icy sole would have turned yellow, the color that I wanted, but the white midsole would have been way darker of a yellow, and that's something I didn't want. So the only thing I could do to eliminate some of this blue is use a Foxtrot uniform stainer. I'm trying to hit the entire sole as much as possible, then I'm gonna let it sit for several hours so the sole can absorb some of that color. I can't forget the edges. All right, this one's good to go. I'll probably lay down some more coats later on. I'm gonna do the second one off camera. It's been about 24 hours. I got the shoe out of the indoor setup. This is as good as they're gonna get. They look a million times better from when it started. They're not 100% perfect, but I can live with these results. My next focus is the bleeding on some of the panels on the white canvas. As you can see, there's a lot of pink going on this area. That's not gonna be covered up by the swoosh. That was there way before I touched the shoes. It sat there way too long to the point that it's not coming off. I scrubbed as hard as I could, put them in the indoor setup. None of that did the trick. The only thing I could do in this situation is to airbrush some paint over that area. I typically don't like to paint on canvas, but in this situation, it's gonna make it look a lot better. I'm only gonna airbrush a couple of coats. For the paint, I used white with some brown paint and gray to tone it down. I want it to match the rest of the canvas. Let's tape it up. Let's paint. I'm doing light, even coats on this panel. I don't want to cake it on and make the canvas stiff. Canvas looks a lot better. We eliminated the bleeding and it still has its original soft texture because I didn't cake on the paint. Now we're back onto the swooshes. First, we're gonna glue them back onto the shoes using some bar super stick and a brush. I'm being very careful laying down this glue. I don't want to get it anywhere outside of the swoosh area because it can potentially change the color of the canvas. I'm also taking my time laying down these swooshes because they have to line up perfectly and I've only got one shot at this. Gluing is only one part of this process. Now I gotta go to the sewing machine and lock it in. I'm following the original holes in the swoosh to get this done. It'll be super noticeable if it wasn't aligned with the original stitching. All done with the sewing on the uppers. Now we're gonna go outside and spray some adhesion promoter onto the soles before we start gluing. Before I start applying glue to the uppers and sole, I like to draw a line where the old glue line was with the heat removal pen to make sure I don't have any glue sticking out once the sole is on. I slowly make my way around the uppers, staying within the line, applying a nice thin even coat all around. Then all that's left is to apply glue on the soles and bottom boards. It's been a couple hours, glue's all cured. I'm gonna heat it up and stick everything together. I always start with getting the toe lined up and then I move to the back to align the heel. After that, I work on the sides. Having the bottom board out during this process helps me get inside and press on both sides for the best adhesion. I like to take my time because the last thing I want to do is mess up the alignment and have to start completely over. Once the soles are secure with the uppers, I put the bottom board back in. All I have to do is heat it up and press down with the steel folder. Glue job is complete, alignment's on point. I let it dry for several hours. Later on, I'll give it a good stress test. Right now, we need to complete this process by locking in the sole using some thread. We're gonna be using a sewing gauze to apply it. For the inside, I'll be using some white thread. And for the outside, I'll be using green thread because the originals did have green thread. To start, I stick the sewing gauze inside the shoe with the first thread, and then I tie it with the second thread on the inside of the sneaker. After that, I repeat the process of sticking the thread inside, looping it, and pulling it. I'm almost done with this restoration. We got the soles fully glued on and stitched on as well. I also went ahead and put the fresh clean insoles back inside the sneakers with some shoe trees. The overall shape of the shoe looks so much better now. Now there's still 2 more steps to go before we can wrap up this restoration. As you can see on the green suede, it's pretty faded. That's because I scrubbed the hell out of this material and I also put them in the washing machine. Between doing those 2 things, it washed out a lot of that color. So I'm gonna tape up everything real quick so we can put the color back in with the airbrush. Similar to the white canvas and red swooshes, I'm doing light even coats on the green suede and brushing it in to ensure even coverage. Green suede is freshened up. Now we want to lock it in so it doesn't bleed onto the white canvas. For this, I'm going to go outside and spray some Reshoevn8r water and stain repellent. Final step in this restoration is the shoelaces. For the most part, I've been able to keep this restoration original all around. I want to do the same thing with the laces. So you can see on one of them, the aglet is still on. On the other three, they're completely chewed off. I'm gonna use some scissors to chop off the messed up parts. Then I'm gonna wrap up the tips with some tape and slide on some gold aglets. I already went back and cleaned these laces up. Alright guys, that's going to bring us to an end on this full restoration of these Cheech and Chong Nike SB Dunks. I did everything in my power to bring these back to life. A lot of work went into them. I would say I put in a good 30 hours at least on this restoration. There was a few different hard parts about this restoration. One of them being getting the shoe back to its original clean state. This shoe was filthy dirty inside and out, but using Reshoevn8r products, we got the canvas back to its original white color. The next challenging part was removing the red suede swooshes and sewing them back onto the shoes without making it look funky. The third hardest part was replacing the midsole and matching it to the original. As is, right now the shoe looks really clean. I almost forget what the shoe looked like, but these original midsoles and outsoles remind me how beat the shoes really were. Drop a comment down below if you guys want to see more of these in-depth big restorations. I'm gonna pick a lucky winner to win a Reshoevn8r Signature Shoe Cleaning Kit. Thank you guys for watching. Good luck. I'll catch you guys on Monday. See you guys.